What's up, co-reporters? Welcome back to my channel. I was watching that scene from the last episode of the season of the Kardashians, and it got me thinking, does Kylie Jenner feel sort of traumatized or victimized by her mother, Kris Jenner, in the same way that her older sister, Khloe Kardashian, does? Because Khloe Kardashian has opened up several times about how she got a nose job because she overheard her mom talking to her friend about how she seriously needed to get one. And so she kind of grew up with this ugly duckling syndrome, feeling like she was the less pretty sister between Kourtney and Kim. And so I kind of wonder if Kylie sort of feels the same way, and if she felt like she was the ugly sister between her set, which was just her and Kendall, because Kylie talks about how she feels as though her daughter Stormi is like, the most beautiful girl in the world because, she's her daughter, and how seeing her daughter's beauty has helped her to kind of see and love different aspects of her own looks that she didn't previously love. Like, for example, in I think it was a prior episode, she talked about her having big ears and how people used to come up to her and sort of grab her ears and like make like Dumbo jokes, this, that, and the other. And then she sees those ears on her daughter Stormi and finds them just gorgeous on her. And that has stopped Kylie from going to get her ears done, right? Like, in this family, if you don't like something, you go ahead and get it remodeled at the plastic surgeon's office, or with fillers or with Botox. So Kylie has been on this sort of like truth crusade, and I put truth crusade in quotation marks because it's not real, right? Like, she's saying that she's never had plastic surgery on her face. It's just Botox and fillers, but I don't believe that. And then she cops up to having had a breast implant, but that's only after several years of lying. And we already know that she has had a BBL, which is liposuction. Then you take the fat from your stomach and put it into your butt, right? But she won't cop up to that. She's picking and choosing about what it is that she is willing to fess up to, which, listen, I understand, say what you want, right? When you want to, but to me, her finally admitting to things she previously lied about, like the lip filler, then the boob job and stuff, just shows that she is okay with lying. So don't take everything at face value here. But that is besides the point. So Kylie is saying that in seeing her daughter and finding her daughter to be, quote, the most beautiful person ever, Kylie tells her friend Stassi that she would be devastated if Stormi were to ever get plastic surgery and to not see the beauty within herself. And she's really trying to implant that in her daughter, that she's absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. And so I wonder, like, does she kind of feel sad that her mom didn't implant that in her? Like, we all know, Kourtney has said it herself as well, that Kris prioritized how things look on the outside. She always wanted her daughters to be very prim and proper and just like all done up all the time. She was very looks focused. Khloe exposed her for saying that she needed to get a nose job, and then they would make comments about her weight and stuff like that. There was a lot going on when it comes to the physical. So I feel like Kylie is sort of saying that she feels disillusioned with the way that her mom raised her, to feel insecure about her looks, allowed her to change things. Kylie says she regrets touching anything about her face or her body. And remember, she was doing this stuff when she was very young. She got the breast implants when she was 19 years old. She started messing around with her lips when she was like 16 years old. And all of this was under the approval, acceptance, and guidance of her mother, Kris Jong-un. So does that make you kind of feel like, now that she's a mother herself, does she kind of feel like, wow, like my mom was not a great mom, like she was way too looks focused, and it really had a negative effect on myself and on my sisters. And that is a generational curse that I want to break. I don't want my daughter to be as plastic as my family has become, is the message that I'm getting from Kylie. And I gotta say that I am quite surprised to see her go down this route, because I always felt as though, listen, look how normal plastic surgery is in this family. Every single one of them has gotten something touched. Even Kanye, when he got with these people, he started getting lipo, y'all, right? So to me, I thought, okay, like this is something they're going to continue doing. Like, their looks are their brand. So now that they're having all these kids, they're going to eventually start pushing these kids into plastic surgery, fillers, Botox, and everything once they are old enough, because they are so money hungry. These people have enough money to last for generations at this point. but they still don't want to go away, right? They're still pushing this reality show. They're still pushing all these different brands and whatnot. They're still trying to get by on their looks on Instagram and this, that, and the other. So I wouldn't have been surprised if this was something that they wanted to continue for their kids, which I do believe is quite toxic. But it seems as though Kylie is very, very heavily against that. But like I said at the very beginning of this video, Kylie lies a lot, right? About things to do with plastic surgery and just cosmetic enhancements and whatnot. So I don't know how true what she's claiming is going to remain. Right. And then with her daughter and all the other kids in the Kardashian Jenner family, all the other girls, especially North, True, Penelope, you name it. I'm wondering if they're going to feel the pressure to be perfect, to fit in with their parents, with their moms, with their cousins, with their aunts, with their uncles. Will this kind of be something that just continues on for generations and generations and generation with this family? I think this is going to be interesting to watch play out. So Kylie said that she wanted to be the best mom and best example for her kids. And she says that she wishes that she could be like her daughter, Stormi, and do it all differently, because if she could do it all differently, she wouldn't touch a thing. And so, she just wants her daughter to remain a, quote, clean slate and just not start messing with her looks in any way, shape, or form, which I do think is a great message to want to transmit to your child. But listen, when you look like this, right, when you've got your lips filled with like 10 pounds of hyaluronic acid, right, when you're Botoxed to the brim, when your cheeks look like the cheeks of like a squirrel getting ready to hibernate, and then when you've got your butt stuff like this with fat that you took out of your stomach, it's going to be very hard to convince your daughter, in my opinion, not to go down the same route. And then when you push them into the limelight with these shows, with these red carpets, with these fashion looks, right? Like you're really already implanting in them that this is what's important in life. So I don't know that she's going to be able to push that stay natural message on her daughter. You can't push your kid into Hollywood, reality TV, fashion, beauty, makeup, everything, and then say, oh, by the way, like looks aren't everything. This is superficial. Don't do it. Meanwhile, you're still keeping up with your stuff. I know for a while, Kylie was talking about dissolving her lips, but look, they don't look dissolved to me. Like she had like really, really thin lips before. She didn't go back to that. She's not stopping with her Botox. She's not stopping with any of the things that she's claiming that she wishes she never did. So to me, it seems like it's a very, very, very contradictory message, a very do as I say, not as I do sort of a situation. And I don't think that her kid is gonna be here for it, to be honest. I'm sorry, but if my mom was doing all that and then telling me I can't do it, really? After you put my face out in the press like this? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm booking an appointment with your injector. I'm booking an appointment with your Botoxer. I'm getting myself a BBL too. I am getting everything so I can keep up with you, with Auntie Kendall, Auntie Courtney, and surely Auntie Kimberly, Auntie Khloe as well. What is she, on her third nose job? Let me get started with my first, damn it. I don't know. I think it's funny that she's pushing a certain image and like idea and whatnot, but like the actual execution leaves a lot to be desired. But I digress. More importantly, I do think that now that she's grown up and stuff, she feels a little bit trapped and a little bit disillusioned with the way that her mother raised her to just be so insecure about her looks and to be so obsessive and just to treat plastic surgery, so casually. You know what I mean? It's very, very interesting. I'm excited to see how this sort of discussion continues to grow and evolve as she grows and evolves as a woman as well, right? With age, because she's still very young. Kylie's got 2 kids, but she's a very young girl. So it's going to be interesting to watch her continue to unpack this situation and her feelings about her mom. Maybe that could be like a therapy thing one day if they really want to get honest, because so far they're only telling half truths, right? About the lip filler and about the boob job and whatnot, but when they're ready to tell the full truth and close the curtain, I would love to see a good therapy episode with Kris Jong-un at the center of it and all the girls just talking about how being so looks focused has affected their lives. Because what's so interesting about this? For all the looks, all the plastic surgery, all the everything that they've had done, their love lives are a complete and utter mess, right? And I think it goes to show you that you can't, even if you're considered to be like the most beautiful, the most desirable women on the planet, like not all of them, but like, you know, a good number of them, it doesn't mean that you're guaranteed to find yourself with men who are going to treat you right, men who aren't going to, you know, dog you out, cheat on you, have babies behind your back, wake up in a brothel with like 300 women or whatever, you know what I mean? Or men who are gonna go after your family, drag everybody, you know, go off the rails and whatnot. You know, like I think that Kris should have taught them a little bit more about self-esteem and just self-love too at the end of the day, because again, for all the plastic surgery, all the beauty, these love lives are a hot stinking mess. Meanwhile, their mom, she seems to be doing just fine. You know, she gets into really good long-term, you know, stable relationships, but the girls, they just can't seem to get it right. You know, I know Kourtney, she's recently married, but remember, this is a very young relationship. Give it a few years before we throw it in there as a success, right? She and Travis in total have been together like 2 years. So I'm not going to say that it's like, you know, this amazing, wonderful, successful relationship yet. I want to see it after like 10 years. Then we'll talk about it, right? But anyway, there's a lot of food for thought there. And I think that they are just scratching the surface. And I would love to see them continue to dig a little bit deeper into all of this. What about you? Let me know all your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And as usual, we'll chat. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.